And welcome to the first of what will be a regular series of conversations discussing Georgia Tech women's basketball with head coach MaChelle Joseph here at RamblinWreck.com. Coach, we move here into the summer months, but the recently completed spring semester, a proud moment for this program with two more of your seniors graduating.
Probably one of the greatest accomplishments of this team. We had so many highs this year and so many firsts, but the fact that Janie Mitchell and Daphne Mitchell both were able to earn their Georgia Tech degrees in 4 years, and Janie was primarily a Dean's List student throughout her career at Georgia Tech. It's just a great accomplishment. It really signifies what this program is all about, what we stand for, and that's definitely being a student and then an athlete. And those two worked extremely hard to make that happen and graduate within 4 years, and our other two seniors are on track to both graduate within the year. So we're very excited and proud of those four, not only what they were able to accomplish on the court, but also what they were able to accomplish in the classroom. It's just when you think about Georgia Tech being one of the most toughest academic schools in the country, and we play in one of the toughest women's basketball conferences in the country, and the fact that your leading scorer graduates in 4 years, Janie Mitchell, and also as a Dean's List student, that's just a tremendous accomplishment and a credit to her and her commitment and hard work over her Tech career.
And Coach, we're thinking back to the season just ending in March. Here we are in May, but it doesn't seem like it's been all that long. There was so many good things that came out of the 2007-2008 season.
Yeah, it was a really exciting season for us, Richard. I mean, the fact that we accomplished so much in a year where we came off the winningest season in school history a year ago, and to be able to top that by one more win and accomplish that goal back-to-back was just an amazing experience for these seniors and for the rest of this team, especially our players coming back, because we set the bar very high, and now the expectation is to win 20 games, and it's like you don't win 20 games and you're going to have had a bad season. So that's a great feeling, because coming in here a couple of years ago, we weren't in that situation.
The recent banquet, kind of celebrating this past season, was a chance to recognize a lot of folks for their accomplishments during the past year.
Yeah, there's one of the most exciting things that just happened recently. Shoma Namaka being drafted 21st in the WNBA draft, and the fact that that's the highest drafted player we've ever had in the history of our program. And not only did she make history at Georgia Tech, but she made history in her home country, because she was the first Swedish player ever drafted in the WNBA. So that was really exciting. And then the fact that she won the three-point shooting contest at the men's Final Four, that was another great accomplishment, and brought great recognition to Georgia Tech and our women's basketball program. And then just the fact that so many players received individual honors, the ACC recognition and the team recognition that we had at the banquet. It's been an exciting season. I think it really has set the tone for these younger players and what to expect coming back.
You mentioned the WNBA, a record 5 Tech players in camps with various WNBA teams. And I guess it was sort of appropriate that Jill Ingram is there to make the pass to get Shoma Namaka her first bucket in an exhibition game with the Atlanta Dream. That chemistry is still there. Yeah,
it was really exciting for Jill to get that opportunity, and Janie to go to Sacramento, and then have Stephanie Higgs and Kasha Terry in Indiana. It's just a great thing for our program, that it shows how far we've come in a short period of time. The fact that we have 5 players in WNBA training camps, that's just a tribute to them and then what they've accomplished over their Tech careers.
A certain amount of personnel change taking place right now. First of all, a new title for one of our familiar faces, Satia Messer, getting a promotion on your staff.
That's probably been one of the most rewarding things that I've been able to do as a head coach at Georgia Tech, because Satia has been with us 5 years, and she's her loyalty and her hard work and her dedication to helping us build this program and standing strong through all the storms that we had to weather. It's just a great thing for her. It's well deserved. There's nobody that deserves it more than she does, and the fact that she's helped us recruit and bring so many great student athletes to Georgia Tech is what made me step forward and say, hey, she deserves this recognition.
A lot of people think of this as being the off season, but you've mentioned your staff. You folks stay busy. You've got camps, you've got recruiting. There's a lot coming up in the coming months.
Yeah, it used to be that May was our downtime, but that's not so true anymore. They pushed the recruiting dates back for phone calls and that. So now we can start making phone calls in April and May. So there's really no downtime, and we come off the season and we're right back on the road after the Final Four recruiting for a weekend in April, and then we start phone calls, and then in July, June is camps, and then July we're out on the road recruiting again. In August the kids come back and it starts all over again. So there really is no downtime anymore.
It'll be a while before the full schedule is officially released, but we got a little bit of a tease. Find out about the ACC Big Ten Challenge, and Michigan State will be coming here to Atlanta for this year's challenge. I already looked at their roster. 6'9" post player. They're going to be an interesting matchup for you.
Well, there's no doubt. She's definitely, and she's a legit 6'9", and she's very athletic and agile, and is really a tremendous player. So that's going to be a very difficult matchup. But for the first time in our program, we're going to have some size to go at her with, at least since I've been at Tech. And the fact that we got 2 6'4", 6'5" kids coming in, and with the size we have returning, I feel really good about that matchup, and the fact that we're getting to play at home.
As I mentioned, the schedule won't be released for a while, but I get the idea you're not afraid to put some challenges out for this team with the players you've got coming back and the players you've got coming in.
Right. You know, this is going to be one of the toughest schedules that we've had. We open up at home, and then we travel to Storrs, Connecticut, and we're UConn's home opener, who will probably rank number one in the country. So that's going to be on ESPN. So that's going to be a tremendous challenge for our young team. We're going to have 10 freshmen and sophomores of our 14-person roster. So it's going to be early November, December. We're going to go through some growing pains, but I really feel by the time ACC season rolls around here that we're going to be very, very competitive. We're also taking our team to Cancun, and Texas is in that tournament over there. I'm sorry, San Juan, Puerto Rico. I got confused. But Texas is also in that tournament, so that's going to be another difficult matchup. We have Georgia at home. And that's always a tough matchup or rivalry. And we're looking forward to that opportunity. We're going to be going to Florida Atlantic and playing in their tournament. So we've got a lot of things on the schedule, difficult matchups, challenge these young players and kind of see where we are and get them ready for the rigors of the ACC.
This program here at RamblinWreck.com is a good way for the fans to keep up with what's going on with the team. You're going to be making some personal appearances as part of the coaching caravan throughout this month of May around the state of Georgia. In fact, I'm looking May 20th, Rocky Face, May 22nd in Macon, May 27th in Peachtree City, May 29th in Duluth, and you'll be joining Coach Paul Johnson, Paul Hewitt, Dan Radakovich, Wes Durham. Good chance to kind of get out and meet the folks and, again, help build more of the enthusiasm for your Tech program.
Yeah, I'm really excited about these opportunities. You know, I thank Dan Radakovich and the folks in the AT Fund for giving me the opportunity to be a part of those and giving me a chance to go out and talk about our women's basketball program and just kind of reach out to people and let them know, you know, what we're all about at Georgia Tech and our women's basketball program.
Coach, appreciate your time. Appreciate you tuning our way here at RamblinWreck.com. Again, this is the first of what will be a regularly scheduled series of programs. We'll look for you again in the month of June right here on RamblinWreck.com.